Hello. So I know it's been a while, almost a year, but I finished my other sketchbook and I thought I'd make a video about it. Um, so yeah, this is just a $5 Artist Loft sketchbook from Michael's. On the cover, I have decorated with gel pen. I drew myself and my husband and my son, who was a baby at the time, and he spilled something on it and it got scuffed up. So, sketchbook's been through a lot, as you can see. Um, this first drawing was my manager. I used to work at Michael's. I have a new job now, but she said something about her hair being like a bird's nest, so I drew this in response. Here is a photo out of a frame and some scrap pieces of matte and random paper that I drew on. This was from Pinterest, and it says, let's see, pose from Ward Brackett. I don't know if he's maybe the photographer, but I saw it on Pinterest and I drew it. This pose is definitely copied from a YouTube artist, and I should have written it down. I forgot what her name was, but she drew a mermaid in this pose, so I kind of took it just for a doodle. These are some nice notes from my coworkers when I worked at Michael's. This is from something I bought my mom for Mother's Day, I think, or maybe Christmas. But it was really cool. It's this little like ecosystem in a globe. And the way it works is there are these little shrimp and this branch. And if you put it in the sunlight, the branch and the shrimp feces create an algae that the shrimp eat. And so that's just kind of self-sustaining. You just leave it in sunlight. I got this on my car. I found it on my car, and I have an Overwatch sticker on the back. So somebody decided to leave me a little note that says, "Hey, are you a Genji main?" So I think that's kind of funny. Here's a two-headed mermaid illustration because I want to get a tattoo of a two-headed mermaid someday. A random BS painting. I saw these off of Pinterest, and I was just looking at some vintage advertisements. This is what I thought was funny because that was during the whole Tide Pod debacle. Some bananas, a cringy self-portrait. Here's some sad clowns, including Puddles, who's an excellent singer. This is not my art. My friend Charlotte's husband does tattoos, and she sent me this picture and wanted me to color it because she wants to get it tattooed in color, which I don't even know if it's his artwork, but I just printed it out and colored it with colored pencil and then decorated the border with washi tape. This is some nail polish. This is my son's first painting with some bath soap that you're supposed to like be able to wash off. Oh, why are we? Okay, now we're focused. Some profiles. My friend Alita wanted me to draw the Colorado flag with the Excision logo, so I got super creative and literally just plastered one on top of the other. And here's some fortunes from Fortune Cookies. This is a lady with mushrooms coming out of her. There's a bird wearing a hoodie. This is something I was playing around with, and then my son decided to help me color it, so he did a great job. This is a photo out of a frame. I used to be a framer at Michael's, so I was allowed to keep the example photos instead of throwing them away. And this one I decided to try and paint as close as possible, which I'm not that close with the colors, but for where I'm at, I think it's decent. And I'm not very good at water, so... my mom got me this cool fountain pen, so I was just looking up examples of typography or hand lettering and copying them, basically. This is from Noelle Badge's Pug at tumblr.com. I kind of did a spin on it and used hatching in different colors, but I liked the concept of the hand with the rose piercing through it, so that's another example photo. And this, I just Googled a picture of a horse, and the link attached was onegreenplanet.org, and then I turned it into a unicorn. I was watching Ink Masters, and in this particular episode, they were doing tattoos of Greek mythological characters. So I tried to do a painting of Medusa while I was watching it, and I kind of gave up on it. Here's some landscapes. For Valentine's Day, my husband got me this canvas paper, which I've never used before. So I did a quick little painting of rice paddies, and then I did some anatomy study. That's a letter. I write letters to God or whoever. I found some color shift paint at Michael's, and I needed it. It was like $1, so maybe $1 and some change. So I just painted a whole page and then put something random on top of it. This is a brown paper bag, so when you need toned paper and you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a sketchbook and you're just doing a little doodle, brown paper bags, that works too. And then this is a tattoo design because at the time I thought I wanted to try and be a tattoo apprentice, and sorry, moving my sleeves up. And I was trying to build a portfolio, and I never did anything with it, but my friend and old roommate Kenneth actually took this and got it tattooed on his arm, so it's a real tattoo now. I did not tattoo it, I just drew it for him. A landscape or city seascape, Lady Justice, but her scales are unbalanced because one of them has money in it. Oh my goodness, I'm so deep. Sorry, I'm sick, so my voice might sound a little crazy. These are more tattoo designs I did for my friend Morgan. Sorry. More color shift paint, and I did this while I was listening to the podcast called Welcome to Night Vale, and it's one of my favorite podcasts. This one was also in my tattoo portfolio, just a couple of koi fish, and it was done with Touch New markers, which I'd never heard of, but I got a bunch of them for Christmas, and they're kind of like Copic markers. They're illustration markers that are alcohol based, so you can blend them pretty well, and I like them. I just wanted to paint over the bleed through, so I did a lady. That is kind of like when I have an anxiety attack, what it feels like and looks like to me. So I just, yeah. And then this one, I was trying to use every marker I have. These are some anatomy pose practice. And then my old roommate had a lot of guitars, so there's one sitting in front of me, and I tried to draw it really quick. Oop, skipped a page. More anatomy practice and a conversation with my husband. This was from the anatomy book also. I challenged myself to draw something from every page in that book, and I didn't finish the challenge. It's a pretty big and difficult book, but I did a lot, and I think I got better at anatomy. So I added these little molecule rings. This is a card that I got from our wedding, and it got stuck to the envelope, so I decided to put it in my sketchbook before it got further damaged. This guy was also in the anatomy book, and I tried to draw him without lifting my pen off the paper, so I think it turned out pretty good. Some doodles. This is one of those dumb psychology quizzes, and it's like, how do you think of water? Like, you use 3 words to describe water, and like a cat and a dog. I don't remember what they all end up meaning, but it's like the dog is how you see yourself, I remember. So I see myself as friendly, innocent, and lovable, and other people see me as a cat, which I described as smart, independent, and majestic, which, dude, I'll take it. I mean, if that's true. Some more cards I didn't want to get destroyed in time. Some more anatomy practice from that book. I used Faber-Castell markers in skin tones for the background. I don't know, they seem a little orange and pink to me, and it's kind of difficult with markers. Like, if you have a particularly orange colored pencil, you can kind of layer something like a blue or green or purple over it, and it might tone it down a little bit, but with markers